So we are talking to the Director of High Security New Plate, Ms. Alice Ho-Tack, and this is something that has been ongoing for some time in terms of the conversation that we've been hearing about the data management system and the importance of something like this. So welcome.
Thank you.
So first of all, what is the new Caribbean license plate system?
The new Caribbean license plate system is a system of high security license plates and driver's license, and we like to introduce this within the Caribbean region and have a standard design and classifications to encourage driver and vehicle movements within the Caribbean region.
All right. What are some of the benefits of this, and what areas will it address that we're having challenges that we currently face that this would definitely address?
Well, we are delivering the effective enforcement tools for driver, vehicle, and data management, and we believe that a re-registration of driver and vehicle with the high security license plates, as well as RFID technology that we'll be using. So on the license plates, the RFID technology will carry data of the driver, the vehicle, and a history of his records and so forth. We'd also like to introduce a graduated driver's license, and this also goes with the data management program that can work on be shared among the police, the different stakeholders, insurance companies, and so forth. So it's a re-registration of driver and vehicle. And we'll also like to introduce a third license plate, which goes on the inside of the vehicle, on the windscreen. So this will prevent persons removing the license plates from one vehicle to the next, and it also links with information about the driver and vehicle as well.
All right. What about people who sell vehicles and not necessarily have the names transferred? How is this going to address that?
Well, this will also, the data management part of it will work with the government data system. So when a car is transferred, then the vehicle will have to change the third license plate sticker and the new plates. And this will go on immediately, the plate and the sticker as well. This is road safety management is pillar 1 of the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety, which was established in May 2011 with a goal to reduce road fatalities by 50%. So under the pillar 1, which is road safety management, we have the registration of driver, vehicle, and data management. This is how it came with the United Nations. And as the company, High Security New Plate, is in consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council. So this project has been approved by the Economic and Social Council, as well as we have the permission now to seek funding. And we are seeking funding for 160 million US for 23 countries within the region. So we are working with 15 of the CARICOM states, 5 associated states, and 3 Latin American countries. So a total of 23 countries, and our allocated budget for it is 160 million within the region.
All right, and how long have there been discussions ongoing about, this new initiative?
This was announced first in the year 2000, and a presentation was made to the government in 2000. And since then, the public have been notified that a license plate is a document, is not something that anyone can make. Presently in Trinidad, anyone can make a license plate. There's no system, the government has no control, and millions of dollars are lost annually in revenues. So we are proposing to the government that with the high security system, we're going to have a registration of vehicles, and this will be funded by the ECOSOC, which is the United Nations Partners for Road Safety. Because it falls under Decade of Action for Road Safety, which is pillar 1, we have funding available from all the different funders in partnership with road safety. So we have the World Bank, we have the Caribbean Development Bank, the European funding, Global Road Safety Partnerships, and many others. So we have no excuse now, because over the last 17 years, I have been presenting this project to the region, to CARICOM, to 17 Caribbean countries, to CARICOM Impacts, to the Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police, which I'm also a member. And this has been going on for 17 years.
Why so long?
And
what has been the delay?
Because over the years, governments change, ministers change, like the Ministry of Transport here. There have been several changes in the ministers. So we have been presenting all the time to different ministers, different governments, and so forth. But the beauty of it now is that the funding is available now to do this. We now have a platform, we now have the foundation that there's no excuse now where the Caribbean, because over the studies we have done with the 17 Caribbean countries, it shows that countries couldn't afford it because the main problem was funding. What we realized from the study was funding. So when the Decade of Action came in 2011, everything fell together. The United Nations support this. The government is signatory to it. You know, they have already signed a mandate. So it became a mandate, and part of it gives us the opportunity now to lobby for funds under the Road Safety Act, under the Road Safety Management, Pillar 1 of the Decade of Action. We can now apply for funding by the partnerships.
So you're closer than ever to achieving this goal?
It's there.
So how soon?
It's like 90% is completed now. It's just to allocate the funds and meet with the governments of the islands and see the needs. For instance, we'll visit the Ministry of Transport here and see what are your needs. Do you need help in data? Do you need equipment? Because we'll be sponsoring all the equipment, machinery, equipment, training, technical support, and we're there to encourage them. And what we like to see is an integrated system for movements of people and traffic within the region. Because eventually we might have a ferry service where you will find that persons will be moving within the region. And it will be chaos is if each country decide that they're going to make their own classifications, they're going to make their own license plates, they're going to have their own company, and then we'll end up with 7 companies over the world who's making something different. And then it will be chaos and confusion to try and integrate the region. So we're taking it from the beginning where we say, okay, now we need a plan. This is the plan. We like to talk to each island and have a unique design for each island. So they'll have everyone will know, well, this is what Trinidad is doing, this is what, you know, and we can share information, we can interact with each other, and we can also share best practices within the region.
Now, if, for instance, you were to have in the past, you probably sold a vehicle and you didn't get around to transferring that vehicle, is it compulsory that you transfer that vehicle before you actually move over into the new system?
Yes, because the new system will include the registration, and each plate will be the new license plate, this is a proposed design of the license plate, and this is the security features that we're talking about. This is what is used now in this license plate. This is a new design of license plates now, which is this is the OVD, yes. Optical visual devices and security features embedded in the license plates. This is what is also used in currency. This is the latest design here for currency. It's used in passports as well. So we are saying now that a license plate is a document, and it must have special security features as well as RFID technology. So this is what will be used when you register a vehicle. This will be installed on your vehicle, front and back, and the 3rd sticker. So, and that must stay standard all the time. If you change over your vehicle, whatever happens, you must have your new license plate with the same number on the windscreen of the vehicle.
Okay, and the other license plate that you have there, what is this one about?
This was one designed for Dominica. This is just sometimes the different classifications we use. This is like the government, we use different classifications. So we meet with the islands, we see what your needs are, we make recommendations of classifications and so on. In Trinidad, we can also do it by the, you call it the parishes or different counties, where you can also have, like, if you're having Sandy Grande, you could put SG, you know, different codes and so on that can be adopted. And this is also a special security frame. If you notice, it doesn't have any screws at the front. Yeah. So there's no way someone can unscrew this license plate and put it on another vehicle, because there's nothing. Yes, see? Yeah. It attaches to the vehicle like this. So there's nothing, no screws or anything like that. And then there's another system where we have the license plate screws. If you do decide to use the screws, we have a screw that has a cap over it. And this cap has a special tool that can use to remove. No special screwdrivers can take this out. Okay. And then this has an ink here as well. So if someone tampers with it, the ink spills as well. So it's all top security, and this is used worldwide. This is the company that I'm working with. I'm working with 3 companies out of Europe, and they make license plates worldwide. And I've been working with them for 17 years. Okay. So I know the machinery, I know the equipment, I've been trained in it. This has been done partially in Antigua, and we have implemented the full service in the Cayman Islands. So we have examples within the region. We are not talking about a product that we don't know. We have the strength and durability of the product. We know it. We have been working with them for many years now.
So how soon in terms of the time? Can we look at later down this year, in a couple of months?
Because we need to do an assessment of the data system, because the data system not only carries the license plates, it also has to go as part of a system which eventually you can add to. For instance, speed cameras. We have to make sure that the license plates also must be able to be camera ready. So in the nighttime, if someone is speeding, you can take a flash of the license plate. So it must be visible at night. It must be highly visible. And we offer highly visible at night, good reflection, and this can be seen, and the cameras can also pick it up. So it's all part of a system that you can add to. And it starts with assessment of the data. What do you have in your data? How can we work from what you have, your existing data, and then we add the license plate, we add the RFID technology, we add the third plate, and then from there now we can do speed cameras, we can do radar guns, breathalyzer tests. All these things could be part of the system, because then you can have a graduated driver's license. So if you have if you have anything on your driver's license, if you have any offenses, then it goes onto your license as points. So it's a whole
it sounds like a lot.
It's a big system. So we need to meet and discuss with the Ministry of Transport, which is the main stakeholder here, and the Ministry of National Security as well, because it's a security benefit for the country.
And so far, the support that you've been receiving, it's actually forthcoming, you would say?
Well, we have done several presentations over the years, but the minister's changed so fast now. With the new minister, we have not met with him as yet.
Oh.
And this project launch came about 2 months ago.
Because you need to get them on board in order to kind of the entire reconfiguration.
What do we do here? We continue making presentations again, or we launch. So we decide that, after 17 years, now it's time that we're ready for action now. We're ready to launch, and we're going to see the fundings will be available to do this, and we'd like to see all cooperation from the government and so on.
And my final question, how do you think the public will respond to this, and what are some of the teething problems you think we'll experience?
Well, this is road safety management, and in order to manage crime, we have to manage the roads, because 90% of all crime is motor vehicle related. So in terms of crime and security, this is the first step. This is the enforcement tools that the police need for driver, vehicle, and data management. And this is a way that we start. By managing our roads, we can manage traffic, we can manage other crime, and assist the police in dealing with crime. So they will have more time to deal with the real criminals.
It's a crime-fighting initiative.
Yes, it is a crime-fighting tool.
All right. Well, Ms. Ho-Tack, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, and we really look forward to this.
Thank you. We also will be discussing with CARICOM, and we have made several presentations to CARICOM, and we're hoping that this will eventually become adopted by CARICOM as one of the projects within the region.
Great. There you have it, the Director of High Security New Plate, Ms. Alice Ho-Tack.